Morning. Out for another Sunday morning walk. This time we're up in a rather blustery Higher Poynton. Just going for a short walk, taking a path up over to the back end of Lyme Park and then cut across back down and either pick up the Middlewood Way or the Macclesfield Canal. Famous last words, round about 4 or 5 miles, but we'll see roughly how far when we get back. So we just take the little road up opposite the Boar's Head pub and soon cross Macclesfield Canal. Give us a wave. It's easily forgotten that Poynton used to be a mining village, and there's old pit workings around here, and also reminders like the name of these moorings. I suppose the canal would have been used to transport the coal out of here as well. After crossing a cattle grid, you keep to the right towards Hairstead's farm. The path starts to rise a little bit. After climbing up the path for a bit, you pass through a bit of a wooded area near a farm, and then you start to come out onto the path up to the back of Lyme Park. Hopefully you can hear me with the breeze. After a short climb, you come out next to a lovely white house and the back gates into, or one of the back gates into Lyme Park. So as we head up into Lyme Park, don't go very far on this path and keep a sharp eye out to the right for a slightly ill-defined pathway leading off. Alright, as I say, the path to the right is pretty ill-defined, and the best way to know when you've reached it is when you see in the wall there's a wooden stile about 30 yards ahead, and that's to the left near the wall, and you want to turn right along this little path. As the path rises up, you start to get a great view across the Cheshire Plain. Fairly clear today. Sorry if it's a bit wobbly, being battered by the breeze. As you rise up, there's a slight fork in the marked path that you can see in the grass to the left. If you take the right one, it takes you back down for a shorter walk, you know, around about 2.5–3 miles through some farms, but we don't want to go down that early, so we'll take this path to the left. Rising up, you cross one slightly more defined track and you'll see another one more defined just in front of you, and you turn right along that. You know you're on the right path if you're up above this farmhouse with a large paddock to the right of it. Looking back behind you, you can see the I think it's a folly tower, I can't remember the name of it, just to the right in Lyme Park, and further beyond on the skyline you're over towards hayfield on the left, and then up onto Kinder Scout in that area. So if you followed the instructions correctly, the path will bring you out at a swinging gate right in the middle of a long fence between that farm with the paddock and some trees and a wall at the top. So if you've gone correctly, you're kind of right in the middle of that fence. Over to the right on the skyline you should be able to see the sandstone outcrop of Alderley Edge. The path carries on straight across this pastureland, easy to follow. It's kind of gentle rolling countryside here, and Cheshire, not too demanding a walk. It's nice, just pleasant to be out. Eventually the path starts to drop down and emerges near a gate and with a stile to the right of it. Quite a tall, steep stile. So once you've crossed the treacherous big tall stile, you drop onto a little road. There are some footpath signs to the right, but carry on down the road because we want to pop out either onto the canal or the Middlewood Way, not decided yet, somewhere near Adlington. So just carry on down the road. You'll know you're going correct because you pass Lyme Park West Lodge just on your left hand side, and another gate into Lyme Park, but carry on straight down the road. Okay, so as the small path that you were on emerges onto a slightly larger little road, just near a Methodist church and retreat centre. You carry on up the hill for, I think it's probably about 100 yards or so, but keep looking for a path on the right hand side. Okay, there's no footpath sign, but it's marked as Simpson Lane Cottage, but it's about 200 yards and it's the first path that you come up to on your right, quite a large path. So head down here and look for the first footpath on your left. Okay, after passing a nice little cottage on the right hand side, you start approaching a large farm with an archway through into the farmyard. But before you get down to that, you'll see a stile to the left and you take that footpath. It's not that well marked, but the path goes diagonally across the field, so just keep following that. As you get down to the bottom of the field, there's a kind of a little it's almost a brook, but it's a bit muddy, so you just jink down to the right and there's a relatively decent way across it. Okay, as the path rises up from the little brook, skirt along the edge of the field, and you'll see you'll come to some breeze block farm buildings. There is a path that carries straight on, but we're going to take the stile to the right of the breeze block building, and that drops us down to towards Adlington and the canal, or Middlewood Way, depending on which way you want to return. Okay, so now that we're down out of the breeze, should be able to show you roughly where we've come. We parked up here near the Boar's Head, walked across the canal, walked up this path to Windgather, not the other Windgather near the Goyt Valley, through the gate, carried on up into Lyme Park, and then we took the path on the right, taking the left fork here down to the stile, and then dropping down to the farm, out onto the road, as I say, near the Methodist chapel, along the road for a little while, cut down past the little cottage, down towards the farm, where we came left across the field, and now we're just about to take this right fork down, and then we can either go back along Middlewood Way or along the canal. I know the still lockdown sort of thing, or still the coronavirus epidemic, and the pathway along the canal is fairly narrow, but I'm kind of veering towards that. I'm sure out in the fresh air will be fine. Alright, we've just crossed over a couple of stiles out of a farmyard that was called Skellorn Stud, and now we're walking down the roadway is actually properly tarmacked, so just carry on down this way. Just as you descend the road, you can start to get a glimpse to the right of Adlington Marina as we get back down towards the Macclesfield Canal. And then the road emerges down near the Macclesfield Canal again, and you've got a choice here. You can either walk back along turn right along the footpath, which is actually that away, passing the marina to your right, or you can go a little bit further down this road and turn right down the Middlewood Way. I think we're going to go down the canal. Actually, it's a little bit longer, but a bit more scenic. Bridge 18, and then left along the canal bank. See, back up towards Lyme Park that way. Done quite well, not got rained on yet. Just as you see the canal widening out to a basin, that brings us back to Higher Poynton Marina, and we exit left at the bridge. So we've just left the canal and heading back down the road to the Boar's Head. So the walk's just about done now. Back to the van. So about 5.5 miles, and all pretty gentle. Couple of bits of uppage, but not too much. So a nice, pleasant Sunday morning stroll as usual. So thanks again for joining us both, and don't forget to hit the like button and maybe consider subscribing, and bye from both of us, and we'll catch you again soon if we don't get run over.